The first four is no more in the men's NCAA tournament. Hello, everyone. I'm Crystal Rich. She's Madeline Burke. On the women's side, their play-in started Wednesday as they fight for a chance to dance in the first round.
Absolutely, but the first four on the men's side, that is set, which means it's time to lock in those brackets. But how did the final two teams earn their spots? Let's start with some highlights. Xavier, Texas. Winner has a date with 6th seed Illinois on Friday. Xavier dancing for the 30th time in program history, in Texas making their 5th straight tournament appearance. Middle of the first half, Longhorns up 5. Trey Johnson buries the fadeaway 3. Then Johnson down the baseline for the reverse lay-in. Texas up 13. It's their largest lead of the game. Tremont Mark driving, spinning, shooting. Got it. Texas up 8 at the half. They're cruising, but here comes Xavier early in the second half. Xavier down 6. Texas turns the ball over. Dalen Swain going the other way with it. Dumps it off to Zach Freemantle, who slams it home. Xavier down 4. Then Freemantle with the hook shot. Rattles it home. Xavier down 3. Jerome Hunter, corner 3. Got it. We're tied at 65, ladies and gentlemen. It is a brand new ball game, but just over 5 to play. Xavier down 2. John Hewley the 4th for 3, and the lead. Xavier up 1. It's their first lead since 10-9 in the first half. Very next Xavier possession, Ryan Conwell finds Dalen Swain up court for the lay-in and the foul. Xavier up 4 after the made free throw. Then trying to wind the clock, avoid the foul. Freemantle all alone, down low for the two-handed slam. Xavier outscores Texas 47-33 in the second half to come back and win this one 86-80, advancing to play 6th seed Illinois in the round of 64. Xavier trailed by 13 points in this one and came all the way back for the win. It's their largest comeback win this season as they get the 86-80 win over the Texas Longhorns, earning that 11 seed. Our John Rothstein catching up with the winning side afterwards. John, what month is it?
John, this is March. 2 years ago, you lost to Texas in the Sweet 16. Now you're back. You've had a lot of big NCAA tournament wins in your life. Where does this one rank?
This may be one of the best that I've ever been a part of, just in terms of game. I thought we were dead in the water 2 different times. But I will tell you, that's the one thing about our team. The resiliency of the group has always won out for us. Just when you thought, we're not going to make the tournament, we kept winning. And just even in this game, just when you're like, it's not going to work out, we have a funny way of staying with it. And a lot of it's for this guy right here.
Zach was injured time and time again, year after year. He was hurt earlier this season. But when the game was in the balance, he made the go-ahead shot. What was going through your body in terms of those emotions when this guy puts you ahead?
The basketball gods always reward the player that does every single thing right in that biggest moment of his career. I really believe it. And with this guy, nobody has worked harder at the game, harder to come back than he has. I mean, you can imagine the dark days that he's gone through. He has always persevered, and you look at it, it was for this moment. I knew he was going to make it. I knew.
Illinois is next. Congratulations on this win, but your thoughts on the Illini?
I could care less. I don't even care. I'm just glad we won.
Thanks, Sean. Congratulations. Zach, get in here. You've battled and battled to play in the NCAA tournament. What was the experience like making the big shots in the closing seconds?
Man, it was surreal, man. I'm just so thankful to be in this position right now. You know, I've been through a lot, and so has this team, and we're just going to keep battling. We're going to keep it. We just want to keep this season going as long as we can.
You had so much adversity the last couple of years. What kept you going in your darkest moments?
Man, I just want to thank God, my family, and it's just the passion I have for this game, man. I love it more than anything in the world, and I just want to play for as long as I possibly can.
You were down early in this game. Why is this specific team so resilient?
I think it's because of everything this team has been through, everything the leaders have been through, me, Jerome, Davion. We've been through a lot in our career, and we know how to keep it going. We know how to stay with it, and that's just what we did tonight.
Congratulations. Travel safe.
Thank you so much.
All we heard is Zach Freemantle saying, I just want to keep this season going as long as we can. Well, that's what this looks like right here. That's what the path to keeping it going looks like as Xavier earns the 11th seed in a matchup with Illinois. That game Friday at 9:45. You can watch it on CBS. The Midwest region, Xavier's path to success. For more on this one, joined by CBS Sports college basketball analyst Adam Finklestein. Adam, what a game right there. Xavier down by as many as 13, coming back, overcoming the largest deficit they've done so far this season for the win. 2 years ago, we saw Texas oust Xavier in the Sweet 16. Now Xavier gets their lick back. What do you make of this one?
It was a tremendous game. You know, I feel like I'm going to repeat exactly what I said last night with Alabama State, but this is what March is all about. This is a tremendous basketball game, and if ever there was a team that embodied what their coach is all about, it is Xavier and Sean Miller. Xavier is an incredibly tough basketball team. They had every opportunity to lose this game, but they refused to go away. They continued to just hang around, and finally Texas broke. Give Texas a ton of credit. They played a very good game, and it wasn't until we were about 35 minutes into this game when they finally gave in a little bit. Xavier was able to get over the hump and make just enough big plays down the stretch, but just an incredibly gutsy effort from the Musketeers.
Well, and speaking of big plays down the stretch, one of the guys who did that, Zach Fremantle, I mean, he's top 10 in program history in points and rebounds, a vital player for Xavier, but he was in foul trouble for much of this one.
He was, and as we talked about at halftime, this is a Xavier team that is known for defending without fouling. So having guys in foul trouble is something new for them. They don't have a rim protector to begin with, so improving the defense was a key to that second half run. But I just think their ability to make shots and keep it close, give Marcus Foster a ton of credit. He made so many key shots right around the time when Xavier was just trying to stay in the game, and they did stay in the game. And again, being able to defend and come up with stops in the second half, so important.
Now, this is a tough loss if you're a Longhorns fan right here, and especially a tough loss for Rodney Terry. What does this loss do for him? Is his seat getting hotter?
Unfortunately, I think it is. I don't think it should be, but I think it is in this era of NIL. We've talked about it throughout the course of the week. When schools and the people behind the collectives, when they put up a bunch of resources and you don't win to the extent that they think you should, the runway is that much shorter. So we hope certainly that we see Rodney Terry continuing at the helm of this program, but that's going to be a question that we're going to have to wait and see the answer of.
Another face in burnt orange we might not see any more of is Trey Johnson.
Oh, he's out.
Yeah, freshman, likely lottery pick in the NBA draft. What do you make of him as what you've seen from him at Texas and as an NBA prospect?
Trey Johnson is a instant offense type of guy, one of the best tough shot makers in the country. I thought he showed that throughout the course of the game today. It was that one break, though, that bad shot, and then he didn't get back on defense. That was actually a critical possession in this game, and that's what you expect for a freshman who's got to continue to grow and mature and learn all those small things. But the ability to rise to the occasion, the ability to make tough shots, all of that stuff translates to the NBA level. He is going to be a lottery pick, in my opinion. He had a tremendous freshman season at Texas, and he's going to be a heck of a pro.
A tough loss for the Longhorns, but a huge win for Xavier, locking in that 11 seed. They've got a date with Illinois now in the first round of the Midwest region in Milwaukee on Friday. That game, 9:45 p.m. Eastern on CBS. What are your early previews? We heard Sean Miller talking to our John Rothstein after that one. Rothstein asked him, hey, what do you think of Illinois? He goes, I couldn't care less.
Yeah,
well,
right.
What do you think, Adam?
Illinois has been Jekyll and Hyde all season long. You never really know who you're going to get. Sometimes they respond, they beat nationally ranked teams. Other times they get blown out of the gym. So it's going to be one of those games. You know what you're going to get from Xavier. You're going to get 40 minutes of toughness. You're going to get 40 minutes of discipline. It's really about which Illinois team shows up. We know they have a ton of natural talent, a ton of firepower. I think Sean Miller's club, though, has a chance to get another win here. And then on the other side of that bracket, you've got a Kentucky team that is very short-handed. Lamont Butler going to try and play, but they're already down Jackson Robinson and Kirk Kriisa. This is a Xavier team that has some daylight to make a run here.
86-80 is the final. Xavier mounts the comeback, locks in that 11 seed, will face Illinois. Adam Finklestein, thanks as always for the insight. This is March. And you know what? The madness is officially here. Don't miss a moment of the action on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. And download the March Madness Live app to watch every game, anywhere, anytime. It's live.